Good afternoon all on this Sunday dreary day in New Jersey. I got a layout update. The Helix is all done and it's up to level 14, and I just have one little problem on there. One of the turnouts, that Lehigh Valley engine there derails. I gotta readjust the track a little bit, and there's 4 turnouts on that Helix. 2 of them are to switch it to go up the rest of it, and then there's 2 turnouts on the level 12 to go over to underneath there for the subway system, what I'm going to put in. And then there's the tunnel, and the Helix goes straight into that tunnel. And I'm going to take you up there, and you can see the track, and there's a throw bar. There's a Y here, and the 2 tracks come into that Y, and then it goes into a single track to get into the other level. And I drilled that hole the other day, and it didn't take as long as the one I drilled over there. I got to fill that up now. And what happened was, here on this tracks here, the inside rail is the black wire and the red wires on the outside rail. Same thing on this one, black inside, red. And then when this track came in from the other level, the black was on there, and the red was here, and the black was, the red was here and the black was here, so it's the opposite of that. So when I ran the train on, I have insulator joiners right here on both of these diverging tracks, and when I ran the train, as soon as I hit the turnout, it short-circuited. So I put an AR10 up here, and that didn't work because I have 2 sets of tracks there, and I didn't know if that would work or not. So what I did was, I'll take you over and show you over here, and that's the BD20 that controls that service track that goes in through the tunnel. So what I did was, those 2, I flipped those, and now the train runs in from the Helix over to here. And I'll take you up to the 3rd level, and you can see the tunnel there, and that runs, and there's a CSX engine that I ran up the Helix and all the way around. But right there is another turnout, and now it's going to short there. So there's another train running around up on the 3rd level, and another one's coming around a corner right now. Right there is where that turnout is, and the wires are flipped there. So I put the AR10 there because it's only 1 track, and I can't figure out, why it doesn't work. So anybody with any ideas on that, I'd be appreciated. So after I got that hooked up, I started running the trains up here, and I had some problems. The engines would stop, and this and that, and I had to clean some track, and then I got everything running, and then that big CSX engine, I don't want to take you around yet. When it gets here, I'll show you. this double turnout I had here, double crossover, it was hesitating as soon as it got to this section right here. And I clean this and clean this, as you can see, all my cleaning supplies, and the black gunk was coming off. Now it's running through there smooth. And I watched another video on cleaning, and I like this method. I'm going to start doing this. Mineral spirits, because that's a non-polar material and it won't arc. Don't ever use alcohol on your track. That polarizes, and then it'll start arching in those cracks. And this stuff here, if we can get it in, well, it's hard to see it, but it's called No Ox ID A Special, and it's like a grease. You just put a little dab on your finger, and then you wipe it on the track, and then you run your trains over it. Then after you run your trains for a while, you just take a cloth and then just wipe off any residual. But the residual stuff on this stuff is good for connectivity, so you don't hurt it. The residual, like from alcohol, is bad news. So that's one thing I learned this weekend. So I did all that, and it still was hesitating there. Then I watched it real closely, and the rear wheels of this CSX engine was hitting the frog, and that's what it was stopping, because the frog is dead. So what I did today was I just wired up the frogs, and if I can get up there I can show you. You can see the screw there, and that's a bus plate that I made, and I screwed that on, and then I soldered a wire to the outside. So there's one on that side, one there, and as that CSX engine goes by. And that inside track, I didn't have too much trouble. This over there, I had to do a lot of cleaning. So, but I was cleaning that with my old stuff, and now what I'm going to do is go over it with mineral spirits, and then use that No Ox ID A Special. I'll put that in the comments so you guys know what it is. And that makes it so you don't have to clean your track that often if you get that stuff on there. So I'm going to do that to all my track, and it's going to take a long time to do that, but I'll do that after I ballast the track up here and that sort of thing. So and there's my welding building. I just put it up there just to get it out of the way, and it might be its permanent home, I'm not sure, but that's that. And the only problem I have up here now is that reverse loop issue, and I'm not sure why the AR10 didn't work. It's real simple. It only has 2 wires for the main line and 2 wires for the loop, and I was getting a good signal on it, but as soon as the engine hit that, I get a red short circuit. So I'm going to go down the ladder now. Ugh. You can see some of the train sometimes from down here, but for the most part only the inside line. The outside line, you can't see it from this level, unless you maybe were Rick Bailey. He could probably see. He's a lot taller. But that wasn't my concern. My concern is being able to see it on my cameras and getting that going. But we'll be able to see the subway system once I get that in place, which is going to go underneath the level here. But that's down the road. So I got to get the third level operational, and which is almost there. Once we get this turnout there, I'm thinking maybe the frog needs to be energized, and that might make the AR10 work. I'm not sure. So I might energize that frog, and I got to find a bus line to run it to. It's going to be a long wire, but that's the only thing I could think of. And a couple odds and ends, but I was happy to get the Helix done. It's all powered and operational, and once I get that reverse loop problem, I'm going to take one of these trains from down below and run it up the whole process and get it up there, because that's where they're going to finally reside, up there. Those my Lehigh Valley train and my Pennsylvania train. They're going to run up there constantly, and what I'm going to do on this section here is just run a smaller train and have him cross over and, you know, do a couple of different things. This way my subway train can come down here and go and get to this train station here, go around, come back, get to that train station back there, and then go back up the Helix and get on the subway system again. So a little planning and getting the trains to run, and with my signaling working, trains will stop if there's a red signal and all that, so it'll be pretty good. But that's it for today. We'll see you all in the next video, and hopefully I can figure out this AR10 problem. I've had that problem in the past with an AR10, and then I just flipped the wires around and then it started working. But I flipped the wires all, you know, as much as I could figure, and then I couldn't get it to work at all. But since I got these trains running, I'll take care of that from there. So that's it for today. Y'all have a good day, and we'll see you in the next video. This is Tom. Take care.